Look, every single day you've got a choice. It's simple, really. It's excuses or it's action. And that's what we're diving into today, the mindset of discipline. Think of it less like some lofty goal and more like an inner war, a war you can absolutely win. And honestly, a war you have to win. I want you to think about something Denzel Washington once asked. It's a pretty haunting question, actually. He talks about these ghosts that are going to be around your bed when your time comes. And who are they? Well, they're all your unfulfilled potential. They're the brilliant ideas you never acted on, the talents you let go to waste, and they're just standing there, looking at you, so disappointed, because you were the only one who could have given them life. So this isn't just some philosophical question, right? It's the real ultimate measure of your life.
And that really lays out the two paths, doesn't it? On one side, you've got a life of regret, playing it safe, playing it small. And on the other, you have a life of action, a life where you take those risks, because that's what makes it all worthwhile. Now, here's the kicker, and this is so important. Most people don't fail because they're not talented. No way. They fail because they don't have the discipline to choose action when their brain is screaming for comfort. And our brains are hardwired for that comfort, believe me.
Okay, so if you're going to win this inner war, you can't just wing it. You need a real strategy. So let's talk about the first part of our game plan. We're going to call it the sweeping assault. It's a full frontal attack, and it's all about how you take on the enemy, which, let's be honest, is your own excuses and your own bad habits.
So where does this phrase even come from? Well, you hear it in news reports all the time, right? Like from the BBC. In a military sense, a sweeping assault isn't about picking off targets one by one, no. It's about hitting everything at once. It's overwhelming force applied across the board so the other side has absolutely no chance to recover. All right, so how do we turn this on ourselves? Think about it. We usually try to fix one little bad habit at a time, right? I'll stop hitting snooze or whatever. But as this quote says, the weak part of our brain just finds another shortcut, another excuse. A personal sweeping assault means you stop that. You attack all of it at once. You stop negotiating with yourself. You just decide, right here, right now, that the excuses are done. Period. You launch an all-out war on that little voice in your head that keeps saying, I'll start tomorrow. But in any war, there are casualties. So let's be real for a second. When we don't launch that assault on our own weaknesses, who really pays the price? Who is it that truly bears the brunt of our inaction? And again, this is a phrase straight out of conflict. The people who bear the brunt of something, they're the ones who get the worst of it. They're hit the hardest. It's all about who ends up suffering the most when it all goes south.
So let's bring it back to you. Who bears the brunt when you choose inaction? It's not your boss, it's not your friends, it's you, your future self. It's those ghosts we talked about earlier, all that unfulfilled potential. They're the ones getting hit the hardest every single time you decide to wait for motivation, a feeling that, let's be honest, probably isn't coming.
Okay, so you've launched your sweeping assault. You get what's at stake. But this whole discipline thing, it isn't a one-and-done battle. It's a long, long campaign. It's a story, and that story develops over time. So let's talk about how that story unfolds.
Yeah, think about that word for a second. Unfold. When a story unfolds, you don't get the whole thing at once, do you? It's revealed bit by bit, chapter by chapter. It's kind of like unfolding a map. The more you open it, the more of the world you see. And that's exactly what a life of discipline is like. It is not a straight line from A to B.
And Denzel Washington is crystal clear on this point. He says, failure isn't just a possibility, it is guaranteed. It's inevitable. In fact, he says, if you're not failing, you're not even trying. So get this, your story doesn't unfold in spite of your failures. No, it unfolds because of them. Every single failure is just another chapter in your story. I mean, look at Thomas Edison. This is the perfect example. Do we talk about his 1,000 failed experiments? No. We talk about the one that worked, the light bulb. Every single one of those failures wasn't a failure at all. It was just his story unfolding. It was one more step that got him closer to success. He was choosing to fall forward every single time.
And Denzel's own life is the proof. He failed this big audition really early in his career. Did he quit? Of course not. He just kept showing up, kept auditioning, kept failing for 30 years. He has this great line, if you hang around the barbershop long enough, sooner or later you're going to get a haircut. Well, guess what? 30 years after that first failure, he's the star of a huge play in the very same theater where he bombed that first audition. Now that's how a life of discipline unfolds. Okay, that's enough theory. This whole conversation, this whole idea, it all boils down to one single moment.
And that moment is right now. It's time to take this entire framework and turn it into one single decisive action. And it all starts with your first hard thing.
So here's your playbook. Step 1, take quitting completely off the table. It's not an option anymore. Gone. Step 2, you don't have to climb Mount Everest tomorrow. Just start small. But, and this is the key, be consistent. Do it every day. Step 3, and this might be the most important one, stop waiting to feel like doing it. Your feelings don't get a vote. Action is all that matters. And finally, step 4, when it gets uncomfortable, when it feels hard, that's not your cue to stop. That's your signal to lean in and push even harder.
I mean, Mike Tyson just nails it with this quote. This is the mindset of a true champion. It's not about doing things you enjoy. It's about taking the thing you hate to do, the necessary, hard stuff, and doing it with the fire and passion of something you absolutely love. That, right there, is the heart of mental toughness.
So it all comes down to this, a final challenge just for you. Before today is over, I want you to prove to yourself that you are not weak. Pick one hard thing. I don't care what it is. A cold shower, finally making that phone call, waking up without hitting snooze, going on that run you've been putting off. Just pick one and do it. The clock's ticking. So what's it going to be? Another excuse? Or are you going to take action? The choice, as always, is yours.